Hello there and welcome to another review of The Chill Dude in the Couch. I'm your host Hector, and tonight we're gonna talk about the new album by Cypress Hill, and the new album is called Back in Black. And yeah, I know that title, when you think of that title you think of AC/DC, so it's a very bold title by the band. And this is the band's follow-up to 2018's Elephants on Acid. And once again, Cypress Hill on this album, they're very known for obviously 90s old school hip hop and obviously loving weed. And most of their songs about legalization of weed, smoking weed, and that's something that's not gonna change on this release because that's already the band's calling card. That's what they sing about or rap about, if you will. So this album was produced by a rapper called Black Milk, and what they tried to do with this album is go back to the roots, go back to their early 90s sound and hip hop. Not too many new elements, just keep it simple in the rhymes and the beats that they use. And I think they were pretty successful in doing that, because when I was listening to this album, which is 10 tracks, 32 minutes, so it goes by pretty quickly. It's really an album that's very simplistic. It's very old school 90s West Coast hip hop type of vibe. It's what they do, and I think Black Milk, the producer, really captured the essence of the band, and really the essence of those first few albums. The ones with Insane in the Membrane and Temple of Boom, which is one of my favorites from them. And it's Elephants on Acid to me was kind of like a little bit all over the place, but this one seemed more focused. And being 32 minutes long, it never strays away for the formula and that it wants to achieve, which is keep it straight, hip hop, keep the rhymes tight. And I want to talk about a few tracks that I thought stood out to me a little bit more. For example, Open Your Mind is a song that really, it sounded like something that could have been back in their old albums. Obviously it's about what happened, it's about weed, but it's talking about how in California, for example, they have legalized a lot of the weed, but the federal still, bust them and are hard on their case. So it's talking on that point. And at the end of the song, there's a news flash saying how much people are arrested for possession of marijuana to use in their home for recreational use. So that's one of the tracks. That's one of the singles, and it's one of the standout tracks. I also love the single Bye Bye. That's another of the singles they released prior to the album release. It's very catchy, that chorus when they say bye bye. It has a little bit of reggae, not a reggae song, but a little bit infused into their hip hop and rap. And there's a guest rapper on that track called DC Wright. I had no idea who he was, but I thought his rhyming skill and rapping on this track was on point. I don't know anything about rap. I can't rap shit. But I thought that his delivery on the song was on point, and it really went well with Be Real and the other members of Cypress Hill. Another track that was pretty good was the album opener, which is called Takeover. So in that one, they're talking about how Cypress Hill are back and they're gonna take over the game again. And if you think about it, Cypress Hill has had a really long career. They've been since the 90s, and they survived different rappers that come, and they've always been consistent and always innovating a little bit. I remember back in 2000 when they put out Skull and Bones. That was an album that had hip hop, but it had some rock elements to it, like new metal type of rock, and it was a fun album. And Cypress Hill to me is a band in hip hop from the 90s that I remember that it didn't matter if you were a metalhead, a punk, a rapper, whatever, everyone loved Cypress Hill. I don't know why. They had that crossover appeal that anyone from different genres could come and enjoy them, and to this day they're one of my favorite. hip hop groups, and every time they put out a release, I will check it out because I think they're worth your time, and they're still at the top of their game. So another song that I thought was pretty cool was "Come With Me." Obviously, "Come With Me" is a straight jam about smoking weed and having fun and smoking until the sun comes up, because that's Cypress Hill. So having that said, I want to talk about maybe the things that I thought that weren't so great about the album. So the weakest track in the album to me was the song "Certified." It features a guest rapper called Dem Rick, and I thought this song, like the delivery of it wasn't, that memorable to me compared with other tracks that they had in the album. And that's a little bit of the problem that I have with Back in Black. There's half of the songs that are pretty catchy, pretty good, very memorable, but there's some others that are kind of blending, and they're just okay. They're not bad, but they're not great. And compared to a band that has had such iconic songs like "Insane in the Membrane," "How I Could Just Kill a Man," these type of songs just don't cut it. But still, Cypress Hill is a legend that's been around the hip hop game longer than most of their contemporaries, and is better than most of the hip hop that is produced right now. Those new hip hop acts, which frankly I think they're total shit. Not all of them, but a lot of them, sadly. But yes, "Back in Black" by Cypress Hill, it's an enjoyable album. It's a good return to like old hip hop from the 90s. And that's what the band wanted to achieve with the producer Black Milk. So I think they did a good job with it. So what did you think about Cypress Hill "Back in Black"? Did you like it? Didn't you like it? Did you think it was okay? Or do you think it's a return to form? Comment, what were your favorite tracks from the album? If you like the videos that I'm putting out, give me a like. And don't forget to subscribe. I have more content on the way. So until next time, this is Hector, the Shield doing the couch, and I'll see you right here next time on the couch. Until then, thank you and good night.